All right, welcome back, guys. This is Actually Anything. It's the podcast that's actually about anything. And today I have my friend Durrell Brown. I met him, so it was a few weeks ago. He came all the way to New York from Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Durrell, he needed some videography work. He wanted some promo videos while he was down in New York to get videos for his fitness brand that he has, and we're going to talk about that today. So when did you get started with all that? When did you get so interested in like fitness and stuff?
Fitness has always been a part of my life. I grew up playing baseball, and I've just always been an athlete. However, mid-high school, I stopped playing sports, and with fast food being easy and accessible, I think I just gained weight. And going into college, I just was, I think, 283, Sean.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And so I just knew I had to get back to a place of not only healthy weight, but just a place of like a healthy lifestyle. 2007, I made a pact. I said, I'll run a mile a day, every day. I'll run a mile every day.
I like that, man.
And that's when it started. That's when I committed myself to a healthy journey, eating well, eating right, and being active. And truly from there, and it's just always, when people say, choose a lifestyle is what you do every day. It's decisions that connect to your living. And so, I sometimes I want to get a little shredded than where I am now, or sometimes I put on a little bit more pounds, but it's always a lifestyle. It's always a decision of eating well, living right, not only with the physical part, but with the mental and the spiritual aspect to it.
Gotcha, man. I kind of wish I thought that way more often. I'm not a there's here and there where I'm like, all right, this is good, like this fast food, but it's like, I don't need it. There's so much better things out there for your body. I think I eat fairly decent. I wouldn't say I'm just eating junk and garbage.
Would tell the people what you had today for lunch or dinner. Just one thing.
Actually, today I had one of those acai bowls. At the
nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But then it's funny. I had that early, which is that's great. But then just before I had like chicken and fries. You know what I mean? But hey, it's all right. I think it's all about balance.
The balance for sure. Yeah.
And yeah, I just want to say again, thank you for reaching out to me. You could have gotten anyone in New York, and there's like the possibilities are endless, but I'm so appreciative that you reached out to me, for the little job that we did. And it was nice. It was a good day. If we had more time, I would have showed you around more, but I'm assuming you'll come back again.
I'll definitely come back. I'm going to come back quarterly. So this is just the beginning, Sean, of our relationship and our friendship. Absolutely. And I'm so thankful you responded and you were able to make it work. And it was a pleasant day with you, brother. I mean, I really enjoyed it. You're great to talk to. You're like, I can talk to you about anything, So it was good to get to know you. It was good that you were able to spend time with me to get to know me. And look where we're at now. We didn't know each other 3-4 weeks ago, and now we're on Zoom, catching up and on your podcast about anything.
Yeah, that's about, man.
So what else do you have for me? What other questions? What else can we discuss?
What do you have planned for the near future? Like, where do you want to go with? What's your brand called again? FreeBeat.
The brand is called FreeBeat. It is a lifestyle fitness brand. We were originally China facing. So in March, we decided with a couple of investors, they decided that FreeBeat should go international. So they should turn to the US. Before then, we were just only China facing. Our brand was only for the Chinese customer. But now you can look up FreeBeat, and FreeBeat can be purchased from anyone in either the US or Europe. We're getting to Canada. We're working on that. But yeah, it's so FreeBeat is an indoor cycling bike with a screen, very similar to Peloton. However, our bike is not only spec wise top notch as Peloton, but half of the price less. And so, you know, our ideal market is that person that really likes to work out, is hip, is cool, on the latest trend, into gamification. We have a gamification aspect to it, and who loves games, gamers, and want to pay a half less for the bike. So you know, we're just super excited to be in that market and do what we love to do. But I talked about earlier lifestyle. You know, FreeBeat isn't just fitness. It isn't just fitness. It's everything. Healthy eating. It's style and clothing. It's fashion. Yeah, it's everything. It's a lifestyle fitness brand. So we want to be very intentional about reaching that customer in all they do, and the magazines they like, and the fashion retail shops they love, the brands they love. You know, we want to encompass that all in the brand of FreeBeat, because it's really about finding the beat of your life, whatever that beat may be. Yes, of course, it's on the bike, find the beat, ride to the beat, move with the beat, but also find the beat, Sean, in everything that you do. Find the beat in your videography or in your photography. Find the beat, you know, find the beat in your daily enjoyment with walking your dog. Find your beat, and whatever your beat is, just rock it out, you know. So yeah, that's FreeBeat. And yeah, I'm excited about the launching that we're doing here in the US. I'm excited about the expansion, and I'm also excited about our future growth.
Awesome, man. Yeah, you know, I think especially since the summer's coming, I should start getting more into shape. You know, not just because the summer's coming, but I guess it's more motivation to do so.
Yeah, showing more skin.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I have weights I could work out with here. I'm just a little lazy. You know, I gotta just pick them up. You know. They're there, you know, I have it there. Like I don't really like want a gym membership, because I feel like I'm not gonna use it, you know. I just
right.
Maybe, but I do have my mountain bike. That's like my favorite kind of exercise, the bike ride. I would swim if I had like a pool, but like, you know, it's a different question. I don't need a pool, you know. It's whatever. I mean, maybe I could swim at the ocean, but then again, like the ocean here is kind of it's New York water. It's like not the best. It's not the tap water. Tap water is good. But it's a bottled water. I don't know why I showed that, but yeah, you don't want to swim in the harbor here at all. Like it's really gross. The thing is, though, it is brown, but I think that's just because the sand is that color. So like
now, do you go out to like?
Than it is.
What's a few of those beaches around New York?
Well, so on Staten Island, at least, you know, the South Beach, and you got Midland. The beaches by, okay, so Brooklyn, you know, you got like Rockaway Beach and
Rockaway
Island and stuff. Yeah.
How's that water out there? People go out there.
Yeah, you know, I would say the best beach that we have around here is in Rockaway Beach, because it's further out into the ocean, you know what I mean? So you're kind of almost getting that Jersey Shore kind of beach vibe when you go there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It is, and it's closer to the house too. If I, you know, in terms of going to the shore instead. Yeah.
Listen, just to interject here, Sean. I love you, bro. I love your accent.
Dude, thank you for coming on. I biked ride a few days ago, and I did. Oh, my dad said talk lower. Sorry, Dick. I got to get my own studio. See. So I biked all. Yeah, I'm like, thanks. We could have texted me that, like, fucking jerk. No, it's okay. I get it. It's their house, you know. So I biked all the way to the Bayonne Bridge, and you know, if people are in New York, you're watching this, you'll know what the Bayonne Bridge is. It basically takes you from Staten Island to Jersey, and it's kind of a trip. It's all like uphill to get there.
Wow.
And then once I got to the Bayonne Bridge, I biked over it, and I didn't realize like how long it actually was. That's what she said. And then once I got to the Jersey side, I hung out there for like a little bit, and yeah, it was a nice day. And I would do it again. They had a sign there. It said like New York, New Jersey. It was like the divider.
Now listen, once you got across the bridge, did you ride back or did you get on the transportation?
No, I rode all the way back home.
Wow, way to go,
Yeah, it
bro.
was exhausting, man. But it was.
Wow. Did you have your camera with you and stuff?
You know what's funny? I did bring it, but I didn't end up using it. There was
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing really that I saw happening, so I just yeah. So it was kind of
Wow.
stupid because I brought my big ass camera backpack, and you know, I had extra weight on me for no reason.
Wow, that's awesome. There you go. I know you said you're not into fitness much, but that's the type of workout um that we don't think that's really contributing to our wellness and our
Yeah, for
overall
sure.
personal fitness.
Um,
Yeah.
I feel like people overlook it, but if you do a lot of walking, like it's good too. You just got to keep your body moving. Like that's why when I take the dog out, you know, we go on long walks. You know, believe it or not, yeah, it's good for him and I, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
So generally, do you bike ride yourself pretty often, like with a street bike or a mountain bike? Back
So I don't do any on-road or off-road biking. What I do is, and what FreeBeat is, it's indoor riding, indoor cycling. Um,
Oh, right, right. Okay.
yes, yes. So I love cycling. I've been doing it for many years leisurely, just as like an enjoyment personally, and then professionally, I've cycled maybe since 2016. I've even had the opportunity to teach Michelle Obama. Um,
Really? When?
yes, in 2016, I lived in Washington D.C. and I worked for a company
Oh,
that she regularly would come and take classes, and I taught her maybe about 3 or 4 times on private lessons. Yeah, yeah.
wow. That's really amazing, man.
Yeah, yeah, that
Yeah,
that was like,
could have been the
I was blown
president, you
I was
know?
blown away when I got the call to do it. I'm like, wow, really me? She wants to do me.
Yeah,
She
like
wants me to.
Michelle, like yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. So that truly was an impressive
the Obama.
experience.
You're
Yeah.
in the Obama's fit, man.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you know, that would have been cool if Obama, Barack Obama wanted to do it too,
Oh my gosh,
right?
that would have just sealed the deal. I would
Feel
have
like
been
you're right
super
there.
excited.
Maybe yeah, you never know, man. Maybe she'll call you back up again. You know, yeah. So you know what my thing is when I'm working out. I guess the reason I don't do it much is because I get bored with it. You know, that's why I like the bike ride because you go somewhere with it and you just ride it around. There's it's more adventurous, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Um, it's not that I don't like working out with weight. It's just like I said, I get bored. You know, I want to be doing more. Like so, you would think, oh, maybe I should go like running too, but I don't like that either. You know, I'm not really into jogging or anything. That's why I feel like I might as well bike. But I don't know. I have a bench here. I got it on Amazon. It's like, you know, all leather. And yeah, I just got to start doing it once I start lifting, then I guess I'll, you know, be good. But
Yeah, man. You
it's
know
just
what,
such a
Sean? You just
cost.
gotta find what you enjoy.
Yeah.
So the fact that you love biking, especially during the warmer months. I knew New York gets cold, and so it's just not
Yeah.
pleasant in the colder months. So maybe you can find something else indoors that you enjoy during that time. Say, for instance, like indoor rock climbing, whatever it is, that really gets you moving, and you enjoy it, and your body is able to benefit from it. Listen, it doesn't have to be 4 or 5 things. It can just be 2 things. So I love that. I love that, Sean. When I sat and met you, I asked you that question. You were like, yeah, I really don't. I eat, I eat kind of the way I want to eat. But like I said, it really just works to like what you Sean like. What is Sean want to do? And see, the thing about health is most people, Sean, when they look at a person, they judge them based off of the physicality of what they see. So like if someone is like fat, or
Like how well does he care of himself? Does he care about himself?
yeah, does he care about himself? Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, or a muscular person, like, oh my gosh, that dude must hit the gym. Like, our body types are so different. Everybody has a different style, a body type. So some people you may look at and think they do push-ups every morning. They don't do nothing. Some people that are thinner, you're like, oh my gosh, they must eat really healthy. They don't eat healthy at all. So it's not about the external. I try to tell my clients and people this all the time. Physical fitness is of some benefit. It's not of total benefit. Because at the end of the day, the external isn't a good a judgment cue of your healthiness that's internal. And so I think more than anything, we need to be looking inwardly to kind of see how healthy we are with our inward health, our mental health, our spiritual health. And that all will affect.
But I don't know. This shouldn't have to happen. We should have to deal with this. Oh, so sorry. This is so annoying.
It's okay, buddy. It's just, to be honest, it's just a conversation with 2 friends. And sometimes things glitch. Sometimes the phone goes out. And that's just life. I love your podcast. You should keep your podcast like this.
Okay.
Very, very uncurated, just
raw. I just fucking
raw, bro. Raw.
Oh God, it just pisses me off. I hate that.
Sean,
sorry, guys. Like I had to make a cut there before.
Yeah, no, it's raw. It's good. The content is there.
You're right.
The content is there.
Durrell was basically talking about how important it is, especially to be healthy mentally too. It's not just about physicality. It's a lot of it has to do with how we're doing up there. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if we don't take care of our mental health first, that in many ways could be more important than even our physical health. Like.
Right.
Yeah, man. Especially after last year with COVID, I think 2020, like it impacted people a little harder than others, and I think people came to like a realization, maybe, we should appreciate life better. It's too short, like it killed a lot of people. You know what I mean? So it sucked, and I think people realize, hey, we got things like this that exist out there. We might as well be healthy and be smarter about how we go about living.
Right.
So I'm sure like after last year, a lot of people got really good into shape. It's like, it's not just about like preventing us from getting sickness. We should all just take care of our bodies in general. And maybe before that, people didn't really care about all that stuff. But then I think it was a wake-up call to how we should be treating like the earth, each other, And now that's what 2021 is. It's kind of like the rebound almost, the comeback, right?
I like that, the way you put it. That's what it truly is, though. It's the rebound, and it's the awakener, the 99%, I think this is the right percentage. 99%, I think. I've heard this, of the people that got COVID healed from it. So with that 1%, though it's unfortunate, those people had preconditions, um, conditions that were aching their health or ailing their health prior to, and then COVID came and their body was so weakened um, that they couldn't fight off either the condition that they had previously or COVID. So either it was COVID, either they beat COVID, however, heart disease took them out, or
Yeah.
um, or they had heart disease and then COVID took them out. So, it's really important that we live healthy, because all healthcare should be preventative healthcare,
Yeah. For sure.
right? Right. It should be, how can we prevent illness? Let's not cure it, because most healthcare doesn't cure it. It's treat it. It's like, okay, we're going to treat it,
Yeah.
but it should be preventative. And the way we can get to preventative health is treating our bodies right, treating our thoughts and minds right, and treating our soul right, and treating this world and earth right.
And in the long run,
being good people, just like you and I.
loving each other. Yeah, absolutely, man. We need friends. We need family in our life.
We need friends and family and love. We need to love each other. Like, let me tell you, Sean, when I met you, I felt love from you, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, we had a good connection, bro.
Yeah, we had a good connection. We sat down and it was just all love.
Not a lot of people could get along after just meeting them,
people are so into themselves where they wouldn't even say hi.
No, everyone's got such an ego,
Exactly. Now, I did reach out to you for a job. I wish I would have just messaged you and said, hey, do you want to be friends with me? Meet me here. That would have been funny to see if you'd have met me. But but instantly, regardless if I hired you to be a videographer for me, instantly there was a connection, and you were interested in working and partnering with someone that you didn't know, with a stranger,
That's what's so important about, living in New York. You have to make connections like this. I know you don't live here, but still, that's what I feel like. That's the best thing you could do if you're living in a big city like this. There's so many different types of people. And hey, remember that one day when we were walking? It was that day, but I mean, I meant like when we were walking on the street. I forgot where we were, but remember we were literally just talking about this basically, and I was like, yeah, I have business cards, I got to make new ones. I was saying something like that, and then some guy walked up to us. It's like, because I had the camera out. I was like, oh, you do video, you do like photography, whatever. I was like, yeah. So like little things like that, it's good to just have it out, and people will be like, oh, hey, what do you do? That's why sometimes.
Now, I was gonna ask you, have you followed up with him or no?
Actually, no, but I have his business card. I guess I was waiting more for him to reach out to me, because he's the one that
needed the work. Yeah.
So I don't feel like, oh, hey, do you still need me? I feel like desperate almost, like for work. Like I don't want to be like that, but I was like, hey, look, you have my info, so if you ever need me, I'm here.
Yeah, that was smart, brother. That was perfect timing.
It was. Too bad.
We were just talking about that, and then he pulls you over on the street, and it was all love. I love New York, and this is a good time in New York. Yeah, great city. I'm glad you're from there.
Me too, man. I don't think I would like it as much anywhere else. I don't know.
You should try, though. You should try to move somewhere.
I know.
At least once, Sean, because you never.
Maybe.
Let me tell you something, bro.
Listening, they're probably like, no, not LA. But it's like
you never know.
Yeah.
I love LA. I love LA.
See,
you would love it,
but I think I would like it. Yeah.
You would love it, actually, Sean. I know you will. You would find your vibe. You would find your people. And yeah. So if you ever get the feeling to make a jump, you got to jump, because if you live in New York all your life, you'll never know what it was like to be somewhere else.
You're right, man, and I feel like there's just so much more out in the world. Like the world is huge, you know, and it is. I've done like a fair share of traveling, so I know like what it's like in other places, but never moved somewhere else. So that makes a big difference. And
What's the favorite place you've visited and traveled?
um,
Favorite, just your favorite place.
I guess Italy.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to Hawaii
Wow.
too. Those are the top two: Hawaii and Italy.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it? Tell me one thing that made you choose that for both Italy and Hawaii. Darn,
Okay,
those are two great places.
so you know what it is. I didn't necessarily make the choice like randomly. Oh, hey, let's go to it. It was actually with my high school. My guidance counselor, this lucky ass guy. He's a great Italian guy. But he organizes these trips every single year. I'm not sure if he still does it, maybe, but basically every year he would go to Italy and Hawaii for like trips. And the Hawaii was our senior trip. That's for seniors only. And then Italy, you could go like whenever time you want, like if you're a freshman, sophomore, senior, whatever. But yeah, I happened to do both. I did Italy my junior year or my sophomore year maybe, and then my senior year I went to Hawaii. You would think like, oh wow, what fucking high school is this? It's really just a normal like high school. Um, but they had cool stuff like that. Maybe other people's senior trips to like Disney or something like that, which is great too. But ours was to Tropical Island, which I think was a little cooler. Um, you know what I like most about Italy? Definitely has to be the history. You feel like you're walking through like a time machine almost. It's great, But then it's of course it's like modernized, but you feel like you could you could almost put yourself into like what it was like back like hundreds of years ago. You feel like you're almost still there, like hundreds of years ago. Like when you're walking through the street,
Wow.
but some things
Yeah.
change. The architecture is still there, maybe a little up more and cleaned and stuff, but it's how it's always been, like and doing the tours of the Coliseum, and for instance, and we went to the Sistine Chapel. That was beautiful. One of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And then you got Hawaii. It's fucking beautiful. Like the weather's great, and you're in the middle of the what ocean is that? I don't want to sound like an idiot. Pacific? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
But
Pacific.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it's just great. It's you're surrounded by it, and it's almost kind of scary because where Hawaii is, it's so like far away from like everywhere else. It's actually kind of cool that it is a part of the United States.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, and it was a great place, and I was there with just a bunch of people my age, in my class. So we had like a blast. I went to like a strip club, and that was ridiculous. To name a few things, and yeah, snorkeling stuff. He had our guidance counselor organized like the trip for us. What we would do there.
How many students?
How much was us? Maybe like 60 of us went.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
a
it
lot of.
was a good time. I have this picture of all of us, and we're on this like boat, and it's somewhere like upstairs. But yeah, it was cool. It was funny. Some of these people that were on that trip, I really never got along with them. I didn't like them at all. And then we go on this trip, and then we became like friends in the week. And it's like, oh, why were we hating each other this whole time? Like you see, like we
Right.
got along. Like there's no reason to like not like each other all these 4 years. Look how well we got along. Like outside of school, that's how it always should have been. So.
Right. Right. Wow.
So it's just a part of maturity. You know what it is? It's just growing up. Yeah, man.
Wow,
I
man.
think that's some
Many people can't say their high school offered trips like that. I thought you did this like after graduating or with the university that you went to, Seton Hall.
It wasn't even like a study abroad program. No, it was,
No, I love that. That's
yeah,
amazing. That's a really good experience.
Durrell. The only thing is, I look back at like, oh, I went to these great places, but I didn't have my camera at the time. So like, imagine like yeah, like that's what I think about. I'm like, oh shit, like imagine like the photography I could have done if I was there. I wasn't really into it at the time, actually. In high school,
Right.
I didn't. I had a little cam, like a little camcorder cam, like those like shitty ones,
The little digital cam, yeah.
yeah, the digital ones, yeah, and you realize like, wow, like those are like nowhere near as good as like a DSLR.
Yeah, iPhone is so much better than those
Yeah, yeah,
now.
that looks terrible.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, man.
funny.
But
Well, now you have to plan a trip. If you could now, where would you travel? Now, if you could travel anywhere in the world with your camera,
ooh, good
where
question.
would you choose? Where
Um,
would you?
maybe like Scotland or Ireland.
Beautiful.
Maybe.
I
I,
would go Scotland
what I
for,
tell
yeah.
my dad because he's getting older, my father, right? So I say to him, because his grandfather, my grandfather, I never got to meet him unfortunately, but he was from Scotland and he came here on like a boat and everything, like the like movie kind of, like uh yeah, like alone. I think he came here like alone and just started like a life here. Um,
Wow. And did he marry here?
yeah, I think he met. I'm not sure where he met. Um,
Your grandma.
my grandma, but because she has a thick accent too. I feel like she came from over there also. You know what I mean?
Uh,
I don't think she grew up in Brooklyn, like my parents did, obviously. But yeah, I say like Scotland because I would love to like go back there. Maybe take him. I've even mentioned it. I was like, maybe we should make it go on a trip, go to Scotland. We could even like maybe find like your your old parents' house, like where your dad used to live when he was growing up. And it
wow.
was cool, but at the same time, he was just like, I don't know. Like he wasn't like that interested. He was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cool idea, but I'm saying to myself, why not? Like it's I think it's something you should do, like a bucket list kind of thing.
Right. Right. Wow. That would be remarkable to me. It sounds
I
like.
know, I know. I hope I could convince him one day, but I don't know how much time do we really have left. Like uh,
And that's so important for our generation, to know about our parents
yeah,
and our ancestors, kind of get more, that gives us more insight of who we are and what we are and where we're going when we know more, of our forefathers.
for sure, man.
Yeah. Well, I hope you can, convince your papa
Yeah, because
to.
it's like, why not? I think it would be like a really good bonding trip too. Like I don't know,
Right.
all the
Right.
sightseeing. We'll see where your dad was from and born. I don't know. Yeah.
That's
What about you? Where would you want to travel to?
so my favorite place. I love Asia. Um,
Yeah.
I love Asia. Asia's just a continent that I really enjoy traveling. And
Japan.
one of my,
Japan.
Japan's amazing.
Yeah. You been there?
I've been to Japan.
Oh,
Thailand's one of
really?
my
Oh, that's great, man.
one of Thai,
What's it like? Like, what was the best thing you got out of that trip? Like those trips?
out of Japan.
Yeah, to yeah, all right,
Mhm.
yeah, specifically, yeah.
Um, I feel like the culture is just so. How is it? Like, everybody's just so nice. Like,
Yeah.
they're soft spoken, and the biggest thing about it is just the culture aspect of it, the food, the style. Like, I love Japanese culture style, like their style of dress and things like that. And so that's what I was most interested in. Like, I went shopping there, and, of course, I love Japanese food, so I've
So,
dined.
so do I
I
like
chose a lot of the dining
this sushi,
experiences.
sushi is Japanese, right? Is it?
Yes, yes,
Good.
yes.
Didn't want to like people would hate me if I like made
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like,
But yeah, I love
wrong country, dude. Like,
yeah.
but like, where I want to travel next is kind of like what you said. I want to do more of Europe.
Yeah,
A
you're
lot of Asia. I've done a lot of Asia. I want to try to visit, like Rome.
Rome.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Good,
yeah.
it's one of the best places.
I know. That's kind of where I want to. And my family hasn't traveled much. in Europe either. So it's kind of perfect. My wife and I want to be able to take the kids and travel Europe, maybe even live there for a few months, you know?
Yeah, now that it's getting better with like COVID, if you have the money, I encourage like people to travel. Like I wish I could. Maybe I could go on like little short trips possibly.
Listen, Sean, you are in the perfect place. You live with your parents, bro, and you're at a good age where
I
you really
know.
could just you could go on an excursion for 4 months and be like, I'll be back.
Yeah, like sayonara.
Sayonara, right? So
Come back when
but yeah, wow, yeah. Traveling is very key. And I know people say they see the world by reading and opening a book. And when I was young, I didn't really enjoy reading leisurely. Now, as an adult, I love it. I love reading. Um, but when if someone was like, read a book, I'm like, no, I'd rather go outside,
yeah,
but now I love reading, and I see why people said that. Like when you read, it's like you're traveling, but there's nothing better than learning the world and learning culture and
by actually being.
by actually being in that place. I mean, I've learned every place I've been in, I learned the language. That I've been in the place more than 3 months. So I've learned Mandarin because I lived there for a year in China. I
Oh,
learned I've learned Thai because I've lived in Thailand for 4 months. So if you're in a place longer than 3 months, you can really learn the language because you're in the culture. You're speaking the language. You're listening it. The people you're around locals that you have to pick it up. Our body and
right.
the makeup of our body was created to adapt. And so yeah, I feel like it's nothing better than going to that place and experiencing it. So yeah, brother. Yeah, we need to travel. Hopefully we can travel together sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
Bring your camera. Bring your camera. Let's fly out.
Yeah, it's gonna go everywhere with me, especially if I'm in the country, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite thing to say in Mandarin?
Um, so there's this saying. It's actually just it's not a saying. It's just one word. Um, but they say it to pump you up, or if you're pumping
Oh, cool.
someone else up, or say for instance, we're doing something and I'm encouraging you. Um,
Yeah.
it's in English. It's kind of like just like let's go, or you know, in English it's kind of I'm a tennis player, so if I hit a good shot, I'm like, come on, it's kind of like a come
Oh,
on or
hell yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it's called jayo, jayo.
Jayo?
Uh, yeah, jayo.
Okay, I like that. It's like you
Yeah,
say it's
yeah,
pronounced, it's kind of like short. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah. So if I hit a good winner in tennis, or I hit a good shot after a long rally, I can say jayo, like come on, let's
Yeah,
go, like
yeah, I like that, man.
to pump myself up or to pump everybody else up around
Right.
me.
I, I wish I could be like fluent in every language. How cool would that be? That like as a like a superpower. But I mean, it's funny. It's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, oh, I want the ability to speak every language. But realistically, it's something you could just learn with patience and time. But it's
Okay.
really wants to. I don't know. I mean,
Do you speak any other language outside of English?
no, unfortunately not. Like I took Spanish in school, but besides maybe being able to say like a few words, like I can't like understand it if someone's trying to talk to me in Spanish. Like, so like
You
what
lose it
point?
if you
Like,
don't use it.
thanks
You
for
lose it if you don't use it, Sean.
yeah, you're right, man. But I guess the thing is, like you said, like I never had to be in a situation where I needed to speak it. But if you're like if say for instance like if you move somewhere where you need to learn it, then there you go. Then like you'll naturally like develop the language by like I feel like hanging out with people. That's what it is. It's like there's so much you could learn in a classroom, man. Like you have to like be surrounded by it.
You have to be surrounded by it, or
Yeah.
you would not. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, I've learned that being being immersed in the culture, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I was going to the Thai market talking to the locals, like, yeah, how much is that?
Yeah, man. And going back to health, like all this is just what you need mentally for your health, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
they said most what did they say? Most the people that live the longest is people with a higher IQ
yeah,
because their brain is staying healthy by learning new things and challenging the mind. So, learning new things, never retiring, even if we retire from work, never retiring from hobbies and learning and constantly being a sponge to um, learn and
right.
grow.
You have to be like
And
an open book. You have to like be willing to like accept like that you could write down more in
you
your
got to be willing to turn the page.
you know,
You
yeah, yeah.
got to be willing to turn the page, Sean. And it's funny. This is funny. I've dreamt this. I dreamt this conversation, Sean, that we would be
Really?
doing. Yeah, because it literally just came to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I seen this before.
Right? That's why it's all coming to you like so easily. You don't even have to like think about what you want to say.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great.
Yeah, I enjoyed this conversation with you, Sean, and
So
I'm willing to come back on to your podcast to discuss specific topics or even just to have another conversation with you. We need to stay in touch, brother.
yeah, yeah,
Really.
sure, man. I pretty much wanted to make this episode about why it's so your physical and mental health is very important. And if you didn't realize that after 2020, then now's the time to focus on that the most. You know, like that comes before like anything. You know,
It does.
yeah. And if you're not happy doing something, then I get it. You know, sometimes you have to like work jobs you don't want to be at, but at the end of the day, you know, you got to do what you love. And it's really important for your mental health. You know, like that's why I'm at the point where I don't want to work at jobs that I know I'll hate. You know, because it's not going to be good for my mental health. It just makes me depressed.
Nah,
I
do
don't.
what you love, brother. Do what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. So Durrell, before we go, do you have any last minute things you want to say? What you have in the future for your brand? Anything?
Um, yeah, FreeBeat is growing and moving, and we're excited to see um, what's to come of it. And we're excited for our customers and consumers who come on board with us. If you're interested in staying in shape and you love any aspect of cycling and you may be interested in purchasing a bike, you should look at into a FreeBeat bike. Um, before you go look at any other bikes, because there's a lot of great bikes out there, but they're not better than the FreeBeat bike. Check
And
us out.
you follow Durrell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put your Instagram and your you have a website, right?
Yes, we have a website.
Okay, I'm gonna put that all in the description so you guys can go check that out.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching, guys. This has been Actually Anything. Good night.